Good day, good morning, good afternoon. One of the interesting things about making these little introduction videos is that I don't really know when you are going to be listening to this. It could be at night, it could be in the morning. I'm posting this on Sunday, but it could be Sunday afternoon, could be Sunday night, could be Monday. It's interesting. Actually, what would be really interesting, if you have a chance, when this is posted in Edmodo, what I would be interested in seeing in the comments section is if you could just put a little note and say, oh, I watched this, I worked on this on Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening or Monday morning. It's kind of one of those interesting things for me to think about when people are doing their work. You have a couple of things. I checked in Edmodo, and I see almost everyone has completed the listening and reading assessments. So that's really good. If you haven't completed them, make sure that you do. You still have some time. I believe the quiz closes, both quizzes on those two assessments end on Tuesday at midnight. So you still have some time to finish them. And the results automatically come to me. And so I can see which questions you got correct, and I can see which questions you got incorrect. I put a few different styles of questions. That might have been, well, we'll see how that is. And that is the questions where there's more than one correct answer. So a few people have made errors in those sections so far. So be very careful with those. And I think it's okay to do, because part of what using a language is and so on is having to do things that are a little bit new. When you go to the drugstore or superstore and you talk to someone, it's always a different combination of words, different combination of sentence, different pronunciation. So I think it is a good practice for us to have to deal or to cope with things that are a little bit different. I did go back and check the tests. They're good. No mistakes this time. I was very careful. So I see a couple people posting questions. Check this question, check that question. They're good. They're a little tricky, but they're good. So try to get those finished as soon as you can. What I'm posting here today is this little video, and I'm going to post an assignment. And the assignment is, the assignment tool is something we have not used in Edmodo, and I'm not sure exactly how it works and what you see. One of the things that I hope everyone can see is that when I'm on Zoom or when I'm in Edmodo, what I see on my screen very often is not what you see, because I'm logging in as a teacher, as a host. So in many ways, my screen in Edmodo is very different than yours when I post something. And so I'm curious, and I hope that the assignment, other teachers have used it and said it works really well. So I'm going to post an assignment, something that people told me in the speaking assessment. I found that was really good. But many people said they wanted to practice writing a lot more, and that they found it a challenge, that they can read a piece of text, or they read something and understand it or listen to it. But when it comes to producing something themselves, it's a challenge. And that's a very, very common thing for new writers, that it's difficult to match what you read in terms of quality. And there's really only a couple of ways that you can fix that. And one of them is practice, to practice and practice and practice. And also, when you write, to try as best you can not to think and compose in Mandarin or Arabic or Russian first and then translate, but instead to compose, or to do your writing in English, even if it's more simple or simpler than what you would normally do. So I'm going to post an assignment where you're going to practice using the assignment tool, and also a little bit of a practice on writing. Okay. And the third thing I'm posting today is a short exercise. Our next topic is going to be communication, small talk, talking to people and interacting with people in the community. And we're going to look at networking, which is a kind of professional interacting with people. We're going to look at small talk and social interaction, which is like making friends and so on. Study a little bit of idiom and things related to idiom, and also a little bit on slang and pronunciation. So you'll see a first exercise on that topic, and that one is a little bit about culture, which is such an important part of learning how to interact with people. So we will also look at Canadian culture, Canadian values that shape how we communicate with each other. Okay. Monday, I was thinking, I know normally we meet for Zoom, but I'm thinking on Monday we will not meet on Zoom. And instead, people will have time to work on the assessments and some of the preparation work for this new topic. I would like to do some work on grammar, and at level 5 we are targeting present perfect as a grammatical tense, superlatives, preposition use. We've already talked about conditionals, but maybe we'll go back to conditionals. So I'm thinking no Zoom class on Monday. Instead, it will be Edmodo, and that our next Zoom class will be on Wednesday, once the assessments are finished. And I will post the writing assessment on Monday. Okay, so a little bit of my thoughts for the week, where we are going to do a couple of Edmodo lessons before we meet again on Zoom. Okay, so here's a couple of exercises to get us started for the week. And check in tomorrow, and I will post a full lesson with a whole bunch of practice and your writing assessment. So you will have a very busy studying Monday. Have a good Sunday, unless it's a Monday when you're watching this, and we will see you shortly, probably on Wednesday. Bye for now.